Hello, church. This is Brother Mike. I just wanted to come to you in the middle of this week to remind you of God's promises in your life. So often we get caught up in the hectic busyness of life, and you get to the middle of this week and we lose focus of the fact that Christ is right there with us. You know, Jesus reminded me this week in his departing words in the Great Commission. He said, teaching them to obey all that I've commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Earlier this week, I went grocery shopping, and things appear to be getting back to normal. There's more and more that are on the shelves anyway. And I walked up to the marinara and the spaghetti sauce aisle where all the jars are. And there was an older lady, and she was there next to her cart, and she's looking over all the jars and all the different varieties. And as I walk up, I'm standing there next to her, and I'm looking them over as well because I've got to find the kind that I like. And she has no clue that I'm standing there next to her. She's totally oblivious of me. And as I look over, she's looking at the very top shelf, and I'm thinking there's no way she can reach there. I said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And it startled her. She jumped. She couldn't believe that I was right there. She says, "I didn't even see you standing there." "Yes, please help me." And so I got it down for her. But that's a lot like it is with Christ. During our week, we lose fact of the sight and lose sight of the fact that he's right there with us. No matter what our circumstances are, what we're doing, where we're going, what kind of decision we have to make, Jesus is there. He says, "Lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." Now, the disciples also had this very same problem. You remember there was an account in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 14, and when the disciples have gone with Jesus after Jesus learned about the murder of John the Baptist, and he goes up to the hills, and everybody from the villages empty out of the village, and they go to hear him preach, and they bring everyone who is ailing and need healing, and he's preaching and he's healing, and it's getting to be near dark. And I want to pick up, I want to read for you what happens here. The disciples, let me see, verse 15. Yeah, picking up in verse 15 here, chapter 14 of Matthew. When it was evening, the disciples came to him and said, "This place is desolate, and the hour is already late. So send the crowds away, that they may go into the villages and buy food for themselves." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." I love that. Jesus says, they do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. They don't know what to think. They don't know what to say. They said, back to Jesus, they said to him, "We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fishes. We have only 5 loaves and 2 fishes. They're standing before the creator of the universe. He is right there in their midst, and they have no idea, no clue. That's all they need. All they can think of is, we don't have enough to feed these people. They've got the very source that can feed all. He is the bread of life. Brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you this week. No matter what you're going through, no matter how hard you think it is, no matter how lonely you think you are, Christ Jesus is there with you. And his Spirit is in you. Don't forget, Christ said, teaching them to obey all that I have commanded. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. I look forward to spending some time with you this Sunday at church. We're going to have drive-in church again. That's at New Hope Baptist Church, Cleburne, Texas. We'll be having a message out of the book of Philippians as I continue, chapter 3, verses 15 through 21, if you want to read ahead, study. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. I pray that God's directing your path, that he's keeping you healthy, and that he's blessing your walk. Bye for now.